had come in. True. Where are you from? I live in Las Vegas now, but I'm just from America. I've lived all over. 7 months addiction free, I think you're saying, bro, of everything. I'm very thankful. Good. 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 Now, a lot of people, they get off of substances. They're still addicted. They're just off the substance. They're dry. You could call it sober, but sober is when you've overcome it. So I used to be addicted to several kinds of drugs, in particular psychedelics. That's the one that lasted the longest. And yoga helped me wean myself off of that. I still smoke weed and whatever, and I've gone through periods of not smoking, whatever. Um, you know, relationships and communicating with healthy individuals, more healthy than not. I mean, we're all sick to some degree. I think AZD is the healthiest. And I'm right there, learning from him as close as possible because it's a healthy mind, the ability to shapeshift, to take on other people's perspectives, do you come out to visit and learn from you? Do people come out? Yes. Brother, I have 10 minutes. Are you willing to FaceTime on stream right here? I have 9 minutes, actually. It'd be great to talk with you. Yes, that's exactly what happens here. People come to Vegas, they train, they live here. There's a guy here from England right now for 2 weeks, and there's always guys coming through. There's also a lot of guys that, okay, so just request to go live. Let's talk for a minute. This is great. I always appreciate guys that do that. Let's see where you're at. Watch him. He's like naked, showing dick pics and whatever. Fuck. No, just kidding. Okay, so requesting. So he should be joining us. Hopefully you guys will all be able to hear him. There it is.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? Let me see your name. CTH Thulhu. What do I call you, brother?
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. What's up, Cthulhu? Where are you from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Right on. One of our brothers, Zay, here. I think he was born in Tanzania, but he was living in Atlanta for like 12 or 14 years before he moved to California to live in one of our bases. We had 7 bases where guys in IMC Nation moved together. One of those bases is base 1, where I moved in with AZD, the founder. And then he lives here now. All those guys, we all moved to Vegas, and we all came here to Vegas about 8 months ago. And that's what we're doing, where we're at. Salute, brother, to Atlanta. What can I do for you?
Yeah, so I've been studying you guys for a while. I was just wondering, like, I'm moving out to Colorado.
Okay.
That's pretty close to Las Vegas. So I was wondering if you guys ever had, like, meetings for people just to come out and visit, maybe for the weekend or a week.
Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you, we have a couple of guys also in Denver. And Vegas is one of the easiest cities in the world, probably, to travel to and from. They've made it that way, right? There's literally from our rooftop, because we have a 4th floor on the roof. You'll just see at night, you'll see a line of dots of lights that 1 minute after another, minute after minute after minute, for like hours, planes are coming and going. And it's just a line of planes like on a railroad track. So, and it's pretty affordable like that. So the truth is that we used to do boot camps all the time in California. And we would call them gatherings. For 3 days, guys would travel and, be in town. When we came to Vegas, we did that like 2 or 3 times. And then I realized, because I organize all the shit. I'm the highest rank under AZD, and I kind of help organize these trainings and everything. I realized that every single day here is like a boot camp. Now, we took tonight off, and we took last night off. That's the first time we've had 2 back-to-back nights off in like many months. There are weeks that we go out 7 nights a week, and we have a routine. We have a driver. We have a rendezvous point. We're coordinated. We leave sharp. We arrive sharp. Like we're not a mess. We're not getting drunk but it's pretty consistent. About 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., 6 or 7 nights a week. Then in the morning time, California time, because you're on the East Coast, or Central time, but Pacific time, 10 a.m. to about 12:30, give or take, every morning is lecture meeting, where we meet in person. And then there's guys online. But the guys that live in Vegas, they can come in person. And that's 7 days a week. So when I realized that that's essentially a boot camp every single day. We don't have special weekends. What happens is guys come for 2 or more days, 2 to 14 days usually, sometimes longer, but 2 to 14 days. They'll either come and do one of 2 things. They'll just come and get their own Airbnb or hotel, rent a car, come to the meetings in the morning, and then we'll coordinate with them to rendezvous with us out, and then they'll come out with us. And then they're responsible for their own housing and transport and everything. Then for a higher price, but in my mind, the value is much more, you can live with us. It's called residency. That's what this guy from UK is doing. So you fly in, get an Uber to our house, and then you live with us. We go to the grocery store, you share our kitchen space, you share a restroom, you share our lecture schedule where we're going to we have another house that's like half a mile away. That's where we do all the streams from. We go there once or twice a day, and then you're coordinated with us when we go out. You just live our lifestyle. The guys who live with AZD, me, Fernando, Sultan, Kingpin, and Zothis. 5 guys live here in this big house, 6 guys in base 1, which is AKA called Pegasus. So if you ever hear us refer to Pegasus House, that's base 1, where I live with AZD. So you could come to Vegas and do any amount of training, I say you could do 1 day, but I think it's kind of absurd for all the travel and everything, at least 2 days. 2 days to 2 weeks, you can come take care of your own residency or live with us residency and live our lifestyle of daily mastermind, where AZD is teaching us or we're conversing. A lot of it is debriefing, where we're talking about our social interactions the night before, and we're learning that way. And then go out with us every night. And it's a boot camp every day here.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
So you just pick like you just pick the days that work with your schedule and come.
Yeah, I would probably just drive out there. I've been traveling the whole country, and
Yeah.
I needed an excuse to come to Las Vegas because I don't gamble.
Yeah, well, the IMC Nation experience here is definitely. I've visited Vegas many times. Have you ever visited Vegas?
Yes, I've been there twice.
Yeah, so I definitely had maybe about 3 or 4 Vegas experiences before I got into the pickup arts movement, and so that was whatever normie regular. Get drunk, do drugs, gamble, try to pick up girls, completely failed at it. Then I got into the pickup artist movement, and we used to have boot camps here in Vegas. And so that was a different level of experience. I'm not getting drunk, but I'm still chasing girls, but I'm like here kind of on business because like I have these meetings and we're organized, and I have some guys that like are a little bit more sharp than the guys I originally came with back in my early 20s. But that was still, I was a visitor. I was a tourist. And, looking to take advantage of what Vegas could offer. Now I live in Vegas. This is my city. And I live here with 34 friends. I don't see them all every day, but on any given day, I see at least 12 of my friends. I interact almost exclusively with IMC Nation guys or guys like yourself who are getting into IMC Nation. I live in an echo chamber of IMC Nation, and I've made it that way over years of building this with AZD. And the experience that we have when we go to the venues we go to, because we build reputation going to the same venues, navigating the same travel ways to get to where we're going. We meet a lot of the same business owners and things like that. We build rep over time, and that's how this game is, how AZD teaches game. It's very reputation based. It's very giving value to the venue, so that if your girlfriend breaks up because she's unethical and then she turns against you and tries to turn the whole environment against you, you have friends. You know the owner, or the staff, or blah, 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 blah. Maybe you've even seduced 4 or 5 other girls in that venue that immediately replace her as soon as she's done. And now you have leverage, where most guys would be completely boxed out. If you're dating one of the finest girls in a venue and she turns dark or evil against you because you're talking to other women and she took offense to it or whatever, even though you were transparent about it, but women are crazy like that. You'll get blacklisted and not be able to go to that venue anymore. But if you have leverage because you've taken your time to build reputation, and it sounds kind of gay to say friendly, to be friendly, but you've built friendships, genuine relationships with people, then you got the leverage. And this is like the jujitsu of social dynamics, gaining leverage over time until you're safe, man. You're not overextended. That's what chasing pussy overextends you, so you can get hurt. We don't chase pussy. So we learn how to socially interact so that we are valuable, and we notice which females notice our value. And then we start to build a bridge for them to get to know us. But we're leading every step of the way. Just takes awareness and communication skills. So that's what you would be trained in. You come here. The great thing about residency, if you stay with us, is you can attend the most advanced lectures that might not be available to you if you're just visiting as like a visiting guy. The pricing right now, it scales. It depends on how well we know you. Because the more we know you and the more you've trained with us, the less we'll have to hold your hand while you're here. Not talking down to you, it's just we live in our own ecosystem and of our own design. And so the more of an outsider you are, we don't want to diminish our own value to the venues we go to. So we got to really coach you up. So it starts at $2,500 a week for residency. And some guys pay more, up to $5,000-6,000 for a week. But that's living with us, attending everything, going to all and getting a lot of one-on-one time. You go back a whole new man. Or you stick around in Vegas. That's the, you know, especially if you're mobile, you just need an income. You just move to Vegas, you know, just live here.
Yeah.
You know? What do you think about all that?
I mean, it sounds really good. I'm in the transitionary part of my life. I'm moving up to Colorado to continue studying, and that's like right across the street from Vegas. So I'll be in the area.
Righteous. Yeah, and we got, like I said, we got guys in Denver, so you can meet them, talk with them if they're willing to, and maybe even if you're a road tripper, they're a road tripper, you know, share that drive. That makes it, the drive, once you get 2 or more people in it, now it's like starts having advantages over flying.
Yeah.
If it's just one guy and it's a 12-hour drive and all the toll on your vehicle and on your energy levels, it might be better to fly. You know, that's
okay, cool.
when I was learning from AZD, I was a PhD student as an engineer. And when I finished my PhD, I decided to just be a yoga instructor. I started a yoga brand and I like went for it like a fucking hustler. And I was traveling the USA for 3 years out of my car, city to city to city each weekend, teaching workshops. Occasionally, I'd go through a 1 or 2 months where I didn't have any gigs booked, and I'd go live with my girlfriend in Florida or my parents in Texas, or my good friend in Los Angeles, Brian Casello, who's a real estate guy. And that's where I learned how to cold call from. So I was calling thousands of yoga studios to book my gigs. And I was just living on a tour like that. And, you know, so I was weighing the costs and benefits of what if I just fly there versus I drive there, the toll on my car, etc. So I got very familiar with that whole economics of it. And I'll tell you, when I finally moved to California to live with AZD, that's where my power level really raised, not just because I was living with AZD, but because I wasn't expending so much energy traveling. It had pros to traveling, the freedom and the entertainment of it and everything. But really, as a man, my power could start to grow and accumulate much better if I was stationary. But that was my journey. So let's keep talking. Not right. I got to do some calisthenics before my girl gets here because building my body. But let's stay in touch, man. There's a podcast. Everybody, there's a podcast today. It's free with AZD at 5 p.m. That's in about 2.5 to 3 hours or so, 2 hours, 45 minutes. It's on Zoom. Just send me a message. I'll get you the link. And you might have the opportunity to converse with him. It just depends on if you raise your hand and you're first in line. But either way, it'll be very entertaining and free. It's fucking dope. So thank you, brother. Cthulhu. Right on. Cthulhu. I'll get it. Oh, I'll see you soon. Thank you for sharing your life with me a little bit.
Yeah.
Os. Okay, let's end this.